thrifting ain't easy, unless you're watching me. Welcome back! You're watching the Thrift Store Rundown, where we bring Hollywood home on a budget, and all this week we're getting our game on in a wide variety of ways for love of the gamers. How well do you know your friends? Hopefully well enough that you don't keep secrets from each other, especially the kinds of secrets that, if exposed, would land you or them on some tabloid talk show. That's the kiss of death for your social life. Or worse. But on a related note, how well do you know the friends? These friends who have taken my heart hostage for the better part of 3 years. Ross and Rachel, Phoebe and Joey, Chandler, and the love of my life, Monica! If you don't know much about friends, this game probably isn't for you. But for the more seasoned friendsologists, we got a really big shoe for you, as Ed Sullivan would say. That would be Quiz, Act, or Draw from Paladone. Test your friend's knowledge with this ultimate 3-tier quiz, designed for 2 or more players. Preferably people within the friends demographic, 18 on up. This isn't really kids play. Anyway, I got this from Ditto in North Haledon, Ditto Thrift Shop, for $4. I want to take the tape off, but if I did, I would rip off part of the box art, and that's the risk I'm not willing to take. But price tags don't lie. $4, tax deductible, all proceeds from Ditto going to charity. And they had a bit of a stale streak since the last time I stopped there prior to getting this. But man, their friends collection is almost off the chain. Anyway, this contains the following materials: 100 game cards, a die, a 1-minute share timer, and a pencil with instructions. However, for this particular copy, there are a few extra trivia cards and a couple of doodads that probably shouldn't be in here. But that's one surefire way to tell that the game was already used and played, plus the box is a little bit beat up mostly on the back. But none the worse for wear as we take a look first and foremost at the instructions. And right now, my table in the back is actually a little bit stacked, so we're doing all reviews on the mattress with the friends blanket until that table can be cleared. Anyway, these are the instructions: Quiz, Act, or Draw. 3 very simple games within one very simple master game pack. But as always, we give you 10 seconds to look at the instructions. There you go, 10 seconds. Shuffle up all the cards, select your team players. Depending on how many people you got, they should be evenly sized. The youngest player will go first. And before gameplay begins here, I might as well show you the extra doodads we got. Somebody wrote down the one with the elf on the shelf. I assume that this was a Christmas present for a seasoned friendsologist. A Super Friends fan. Some extra trivia quiz questions over here, which I assume is also part of a separate Friends trivia game, which I may already have here. I have a whole bunch of Friends trivia games, including a couple not yet covered on the channel. So we'll set those aside as well, along with this. Oh, did I mention there's also a calendar in here, but not a Friends calendar. It's actually a Mensa 2021 day-by-day calendar with a whole bunch of number, word, and letter puzzles for the Mensa crowd. So yeah, this is definitely collegiate stuff. They must be a really seasoned friendsologist. Must be a PhD in Central Parkology. In any event, everything else that you do need for this game is all in here. Especially the sand timer. 1 minute. That's how long it takes for anyone to play all 3 of these games. And man, these things are as nostalgic as timekeeping devices go. I love these things. Anyway, And it's a little bit of an homage to Joey's old job, Dr. Drake Ramore, from Days of Our Lives. So it's especially fitting here. Now, let's play! These are your quiz, act, or draw cards, spanning all 10 seasons, some extra Friends trivia cards, and your paper pad for the drawing portion of the program. Pencil and die. Yep, all inside. So let's get rolling. Anyway, youngest player will go first, roll the die, and whichever space you land on. In my case, it would be the pencil, which would be draw. This would be the quiz, the question mark, and the act, or that would be this die over here. And acting is charades. Anyway, for a pencil, you would have to draw whichever scene any of the cards you pick tells you to do. So let's take out one at random, yeah? If we can get this box open. Okay, that'll do on this side. Let's pick out the one on the top. This one. So, you will be chosen to draw the scene with all the poker to the best of your ability and the best that either you or your fellow contestants remember that particular scene. Whoever guesses that scene correctly gets to keep this card. The aim of the game is to collect 5 of these cards. If you have to act it out, then you gotta act it out to the best of your ability. No talking, no noises. You may use other players as props. Whoever guesses that scene based on your little charade wins the card. And the quiz, well, is quite simple. Within 1 minute, you gotta answer this question correctly. Who was responsible for Rachel and Phoebe's apartment burning down? Of all people, Rachel. If you're playing on a team, you can confer as many times as you like, but you can only answer once. If you answer incorrectly, you don't get the card. All games will be played in 1 minute or less, and whichever team at the end collects 5 trivia cards wins. So quiz, act, or draw, spanning all 10 seasons. They're all text-based assignments here. If they could figure out a way to insert some clips, well, I'm sorry, not clips, but pictures, some stills from the episodes, mainly in the quiz section here, and not the act or draw, because that would be kind of giving the answer away. But if they could find a way to insert photos in the quiz section referencing those episodes, that would be cool. Which accent does Ross put on when he gives his first lecture at NYU? English. And then you either act or draw to see when everyone is late for Thanksgiving dinner. I'll give that one for you. Just like Ross and Joey and Rachel and Phoebe behind the locked door next to Monica and Chandler's house as punishment for being late to their dinner. And then all being forgiven when Chandler and Monica get a huge blessing from that knocked-up girl in Ohio. Subsequently, that Thanksgiving kicked the last one's ass. Or how about this? Which type of bed does Monica accidentally buy from the mattress king? A waistcoat bed. Either act or draw the scene with the blackout and Ross getting attacked by a cat, just on the verge of confessing his feelings to his one true lobster, Rachel. And I don't support Rachel, but that I have to concede. They were a pretty hot couple, but man, were they annoying together. And that's just my opinion. Some others actually said their opinion. I am Monica and Chandler without a shadow of a doubt. I would also be quite certain that this game would be easy to maintain. Not unlike Monica. If we could actually get this thing to close when you're done playing it. Ah, jeez. Well, I've made my case here. Aw, man, can somebody please hand me a Central Park cappuccino, even though I don't drink coffee, because there's a wrestling match trying to get this damn thing inside. There you go. Maybe Gunther could help me out. Man, maybe Gunther could help me out on how to really snag Rachel, even though he's long wanted to claim Rachel for himself. Oh, one more thing. The answer pad was already used, and lo and behold, somebody wanted to draw Ross's face. Oh, that's pretty good. He's probably yelling out something to the effect of, "Stay away from my sis, Chandler!" To Monica. Oh, wait, maybe not. That was far worse. But it ended up being a major blessing. This is a baseline knowledge that I have about Friends, and it's kind of serving me well. I did sign up for a Friends trivia contest one time at a bar and tavern somewhere in Bergen County, although I didn't attend. This I am setting aside for another purpose. I'm putting the instructions back and the pencil back. Maybe one day I will be ready for a Friends trivia contest. And this would be some good reference material to work with. 4.5 out of 5 claps. Win, lose, or draw. Quiz act or draw is the 3-in-1 that's sure to go down a perk. Maybe a central perk. Then again, we have so many Friends games and puzzles in the playlist downstairs that you can check out, and I can guarantee you, almost all of them are anything but moo points. In the meantime, here's round 4 for Thursday. When you wish upon a star, it makes no difference who you are, even if you're a blockhead who has no idea how to handle a DS. Thanks for tuning in. Just so you know, there's no limit to bringing Hollywood home on a budget. Please go ahead and check out another awesome review like this one by clicking here, and make sure you subscribe by clicking here. Until next time, I'll catch you, as I always do, on the Thrift side.